Hey, Bill Shaka here. Welcome to another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. Welcome to Tamarindo, Costa Rica. It is such a pleasant day here today. You know, the sun is shining, the birds are singing, the sky is blue, and I have to tell you, I just don't feel like working today. I'm doing these 5-minute motivators, and then I have to go in and do some production work on them, and I'm working on a new leadership program that I'll be offering soon. But I just don't want to. And you know, the funny thing is that I don't define what I do as work. Like this 5-minute motivator right now, to me this is not work. This is a logical extension of who I am. It's what I love to do. But boy, I'll tell you what, there's some days when even though you love to do certain things, all you really want to do is be waist deep in the ocean. And I think that might happen today. Anyway, if you're not familiar with a gentleman by the name of Alex Hormozi, Hormozi, I suggest you go to Amazon and look up some of his books or do an internet search on him. Really interesting young guy. A lot of ups and downs in his life, in business. And I've been enjoying reading some of his stuff. He tends to bring economics into making business decisions. And as an ex-economic professor, I have a natural affinity toward that. So it makes a lot of sense to me. But he said something in one of his books or posts the other day that just hit me like a ton of bricks. And it was this: fear is the gap between what we have to lose and what we have to gain. Let me say that again. Fear is the gap between what we have to lose and what we have to gain. How many times did you ever hear somebody say that or yourself say that? What do I have to lose? The connotation of that is, well, nothing. Now, you think about that. If you're going to take some type of a new, definitive, bold action on something, and you have nothing to lose, the fear gap then is between where you are now and what you have to gain. That's the gap. If by chance you do something and there is a possibility of some loss, then the gap becomes the possibility of the loss versus what you have to gain. In other words, the fear gap becomes bigger. But I have to say, in either case, how does growth occur? Now think about this. How do we grow? How do we grow as individuals? How do we grow in terms of our career? How do companies grow? I think it's fair to say that entities grow by stepping outside of their comfort zone and doing things that they feel uncomfortable doing. Now, if we use the word comfort and fear in this example as synonyms, then what we're saying is that when we step outside of that zone of fear that we have, we begin to grow. Ha-ha! When we step outside that zone of fear, we start to grow. I'd like you to put that into context today and think about that. What are you afraid of? Let me include myself in this. What am I afraid of? What are we afraid of? Is it a rational fear? And if it's not, can we transcend above it? If it is a rational fear, like for example, if I do this, I can lose my house. Is it a rational fear? And if it is, can we plan around it? I bet you in most cases, that gap between what we have to lose and what we have to gain is fictional. We can work through it. Fear does not exist unless you allow it to. Fear is simply the absence of courage. Be courageous. Fear goes away. Be courageous and fear goes away. That gap between what we have to lose and what we have to gain, that can be replaced with courage. Bill Shaka, thanking you for your time. Looking forward to seeing you in another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator.